back to Speak for Yourself. Let's move on to the Bucs, who gave Green Bay a number of firsts Sunday. Aaron Rodgers was picked off for the first time this season, including a pick six. Tom Brady helped the Bucs score 38 unanswered points, including a touchdown to Rob Gronkowski, to hand the Packers their first loss of the season and move to 4-2. So, Acho, are you going to get your first win of today's show? Are you impressed with Brady's Bucs or disappointed in Rodgers' Packers?
Man, I'm disappointed in these Packers, bro. I am, and I know I'm biased, but I was on the Packers high last week. I was like, of course, A-Rod gonna go out there, embarrass them, show everybody how old Tom Brady is, and then you come in here and just embarrass yourself and me at the same time. But the reason I have the issue with the Packers more than I'm gonna credit the Bucs is because of who's at fault for the Packers.
Oh, let's go.
If it was a running back issue, a wide receiver issue, I'd be like, you know what? Packers sub-players didn't play great. But Aaron Rodgers, it's only your third pick six of your career. And you chose a bad day to have a bad day. And he chose the worst day to have a bad day. You throw a pick six, you miss Mercedes Lewis streaking wide open.
My dog.
Aaron Rodgers made some issues that had nothing to do with the Bucs. Like when you throw this pick six right here, you stare down the receiver the whole time. Shout out to the DB for making a play, for catching it, I guess. But, A-Rod, like, what is it that you are doing? I have issue with the Packers because they played below their standard. Kudos to the Buccaneers. Kudos to the Buccaneers defense more than anything. Bump Tom Brady's Bucs. It's actually the Levante David Bucs. Maybe Ndamukong Suh's Bucs. Todd Bowles'
Really?
Bucs.
They scored 38
I'm not calling them Tom Brady's Bucs. They scored 14 points. They scored 14.
They didn't score 14.
They got a pick six and took another pick to the 2.
Is that 14?
Okay.
Bad math, Texas. Come on, University of Texas to the 2-yard line. You still have a chance to stop them.
Here's what I'm going to say, because this brings me to the end of my first point.
Oh, all right.
The reason it's an I'm disappointed with the Packers. Packers lost by 28 points. Aaron Rodgers threw a pick six and another near pick six, a pick to the 2-yard line, essentially.
Exactly.
That is a 14 points worth of interceptions or a 28-point swing. It's exactly what the Packers lost by. I'm disappointed in the Packers.
Oh, man, I'm so impressed with Tom Brady.
With Tom Brady?
And the Buccaneers.
Thank you. Thank you. Lead with the Buccaneers.
I lead with the name that leads them, which is Tom Brady, the GOAT. Did you win or lose a bet? Because you sound like you're really irritable because you lost the bet. Came on here last week with all these, what'd you say, logical facts about how Green Bay is going to mollywop them. You meant the flip of that. Let's talk about what happened. We saw that Tom Brady and the Buccaneers beat the best team in the NFC, right? Maybe the best team in the league. So, of course, I'm impressed by them because now, by your logic, they're the best team in the NFL. But I don't even have to go that far to exaggerate my point. Here's the thing. This was a team that was hyped up to be a Super Bowl contender. Okay, and then you started to pick them apart for any micro moment to just say, see, that's what I'm talking about. They're not going to do it this year. Oh, Tom Brady doesn't even know what down it is. He's old, Alzheimer's. He doesn't even know it's fourth down. Calm down. This is a team that had no offseason but was going to gel together. And with all that talent, once it hit, it was going to hit and hit hard. And did it hit yesterday? It hit Green Bay Packers right back to who they really are. And you know who the Green Bay Packers are? They're the same team that got mollywopped twice by the 49ers last year. The same team that once they face a good physical defense, things don't go as well. Remember last year, let's talk about their losses last year to the 10th overall defense in the Eagles, who up front can get after you. The Chargers, 6th overall. We know they get after you, boy, Ingram and Bosa. The 49ers twice, we saw them, 2nd overall defense. And everyone thought that they fixed their issues like you did and came in here and Aaron Rodgers, look at them, and look at the Green Bay Packers and look what they've done. Except they didn't do anything. What did they do? In the draft. Oh, they drafted where they didn't need. Basically mailed in the first 4 rounds. They didn't need that. They needed a weapon on the outside. What did they do in free agency? What are they going to do by the trade deadline? This is the same Green Bay Packers team that we called empty calories last year in 13 wins. They're going to go to that same place, fool people like Acho, and not be impressive.
The only thing I have issue with, because I'm not going to dismantle your point, because the Bucs balled, right? Like, the Bucs balled too.
Yes.
I hate when analysts, TV people come up here and use worthless jargon like, oh, the Packers aren't good against physical teams.
I gave you top defenses, too. I gave you the rankings.
Thank you. All
I'm not
top
like
defenses.
them.
Thank you.
Okay.
But I hate, like, because, the Packers, they can't beat anybody physical. Aaron Rodgers' pick six had nothing to do with physicality. Aaron Rodgers missing Mercedes Lewis had nothing to do with physicality. Show me the Mercedes Lewis miss? Show me the Mercedes Lewis, please. It's 14-10. Still a game, 2nd and 10. Marcellus, this has nothing to do with physics. This has nothing to do with the Buccaneers smacking them in the mouth.
You done did that.
It had everything to do with Aaron Rodgers missing, and that was early in the game before he had taken that physical beating. So this wasn't a matter of, oh, the Bucs just whooped them physically. No. Aaron Rodgers had a bad day. He chose a bad day to have a bad day. That's where it starts. That's where it stops.
You know you done messed up, right? You know you messed up, right?
What happened?
You done dropped the bottle of beer. What time did you drop the bottle of beer? You know you done messed up, right? Come up here and try to put me in the boat with the rest of these analysts out here. Co-host killer. Are you kidding me? I'm going to go deeper than just last year and their losses, which would have told astute analysts like myself that this may not be the same team. Let's talk about their wins this year that got you so hyped up, got your hair all freshed up. Let's talk about beating the Seahawks. Oh, how's their defense? 32nd. How's their pass defense? 32nd. Oh, great win. How about the Saints that have had issues in general? Breeze, in terms of his air yardage and not being the same this year, supposedly. Kamara, not even being there during camp, having his issues. Michael Thomas, not even being in the lineup, etc. Emmanuel Sanders not being the same player that they brought in free agency. And then let's talk about the Bucs team yesterday that you said the Bucs are led by an old quarterback and they don't have much. The point is, look at what the Green Bay Packers have faced that gave you so much confidence and realize you were full of it in that process. Let's bring in somebody who's not full of it. Fox NFL analyst LeVar Arrington.
Hey, stop that, Acho.
Hey, L.A., school my youngster right here. Are you impressed with Brady's Bucs or disappointed in Rodgers' Packers?
I'm with you, Bill Duke Jr. I am with you. Acho has messed up. You said you dropped the bottle of beer at 8 o'clock.
He dropped
Wait, you said 9 o'clock? Okay. The time was wrong for Aaron Rodgers and this Green Bay Packers team in this game. I look at it like this, right? 3-2, Tampa Bay is being questioned. Is Tom Brady over the hill? Is he losing the team? This game had so many large implications on it. If they lose this game, think about what we're saying about Tampa Bay and Tom Brady today. Think about this. What's going on in Foxborough right now, right? We're talking about all of these comparisons and all these different things in terms of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Who will exist better without one another? Well, I'm looking at a 4-2 Tampa Bay team right now, right? And in the biggest game, you got to consider this to be the biggest game of the season so far. You could throw out the stats of what Tom Brady did. You know why? Because Tom Brady found what he needed to find during the course of this game. He found a running attack. He found Gronkowski in the passing game. He found other guys in the passing game. There was a tremendous amount of balance going into this game. And Todd Bowles' defensive scheme did exactly what we saw happen to Kansas City last week when we saw the Las Vegas Raiders do what they did against Kansas City. So, to me, I thought this was very impressive that Tampa Bay was able to execute such a high-level game plan going against the hottest team in the National Football League, arguably, and making it look and seem as though they're empty calories. I think Green Bay is a great team. They just got caught behind the woodshed with an old-fashioned whooping in this game.
Look. Every now and then, LeVar, things happen. But what I realize the real issue is this. The Packers are the hottest team in football. What can slow down and cool off?
Achoism.
What can slow down and cool off that heat? A bye week. The problem is the Packers came off that bye week.
You mean fresh?
No. You know as well as I do, Marcel.
No, I don't.
When you rocking and when you rolling sometimes, a bye week can slow you down. Look at the busted after the bye numbers. Look at the numbers, Sal. Before the bye week, the Packers were rolling. 6.8 yards a play, 294 passing yards, 150 yards. And then that bye week comes, slows them boys down, and all the numbers diminish. I'm going to attribute this loss more to a bye week than I am going to attribute it to the fact that the Buccaneers are just that much better, 28 points better than Rodgers and them Packers. I just refuse to believe that.
I would attribute it to the fact that this is the first time they played a team that was top 10 in scoring and points allowed. Oh, so we ain't playing the Seahawks defense no more. Oh, we're not going to play the Saints when they are out their best receiver and maybe the best receiver in football. Oh, we're playing a real team on both sides. And what happened was this same Tampa Bay team that everyone started to call out, especially after the Chicago Bears game. One, you clowned Tom Brady for not knowing the down. But two, you clowned Tom Brady and Bruce Arians for not having a disciplined bunch. Remember, 11 penalties for 109 yards. Look at this. And Acho coming up here wearing his best suits, talking down on the Buccaneers. And what did they go out there and do yesterday?
They played a perfect game.
They had
played a perfect game.
Penalties. You know what that means? What I've been saying all along. It may not happen.
It won't happen again.
It doesn't have to happen. All I'm saying is
Acho
is mad because one, he doesn't get our references. He doesn't know men's society.
So
and two,
come on, Acho, you can smile.
He ain't understanding that when you gel together, it's called process. He's a millennial. He has a microwave mentality. It has to happen yesterday or else. We are built for the process, and we're looking at the Bucs like, oh, this is coming together right on time. So, Acho, who's in first place now in their division? Who is now, according to you, for the biggest win against the best team, now the best in the NFC? Acho, you're on the ropes right now, bruh. Tap out.
First off, no, I'm not tapping out. The Packers didn't play the Seahawks. I'll let you get away with it twice, but they didn't play the Seahawks. You keep saying that they played and beat the Seahawks. They didn't play and beat the Seahawks. So what you even talking about, okay? I wasn't going to let you make it. I wasn't going to let you make it, but now you're coming in my neck. Let me just correct you. Let me correct your incorrection.
I'm coming at your neck.
LeVar.
Oh, that's all?
I'm not
That's it. They didn't play the Seahawks.
I'm out.
Go to break.
Okay, I'm out.
Hey, listen. Hey, all I would say is it does raise the stakes. This is one of those type seasons. I don't think that you can draw a correlation as to what the team will be moving forward.
Which one?
I'm seeing that.
Which team?
Outside of the dominant teams in the NFL, this could have just been a down week for the Green Bay Packers.
Thank you.
The stinky teams are the stinky teams. But the teams that are competitive, this raises the stakes because I did not see this type of game playing out.
Me neither.
I could see Green Bay losing to Tampa Bay. I could not see Green Bay getting destroyed by Tampa Bay. Give a lot of credit to the defense. I think this is a defensive-driven season. So the teams that find a crazy, strong, aggressive, turnover-oriented defense in this season will ultimately, in my opinion, be the teams that emerge and go the furthest this season. But it definitely raised the stakes watching how well Tampa Bay executed in this game, man.
Yeah, and I love my boy over here. He know I was talking about 2019 losses and 2020, and I said the Seahawks, and you try to go back and forth. That's when I know I got you, big dog. You on the ropes. Anybody want a cheeseburger? I know Acho does. Get the Menace Society.
I got this cheeseburger.
I got this cheeseburger. The Eagles lost again. We'll tell you if it's time to bench Carson Wentz for Jalen Hurts next. We might bench Acho for anybody right now.